Welcome back to the HellfireComms Disneython and a Merry Christmas to you. Yes, folks, it's Christmas Day, and today I'm back with the Brain Scratch crew for the Tim Allen classic, The Santa Claus. Ryan, why did you choose this over Muppets Christmas Carol?
I didn't, John did.
What is the matter with you guys? I think I'm the only one in this group that's looking forward to that. I love the Santa Claus. I saw this twice in theaters. I had the DVD. I had the VHS. I love this movie.
I like this movie too, but there's some things that you can't rank over. You can't beat the Muppet Christmas Carol.
I'm going to say I do prefer the Muppet Christmas Carol. That said, I think most of my apathy toward this movie is actually directed toward the sequels. Because the first one's pretty damn good.
Then direct your apathy towards the sequel. This is the first movie. I think, to me, this is a movie, like I mentioned off the call, but it's like a fine wine. It just gets better with age. You start getting more of the adult humor, and to me, I always found this movie funny to begin with because I like Tim Allen. I grew up watching Home Improvement. I liked him, we all know him as Buzz Lightyear, obviously, but just something...
You grew up watching a show about carpentry? Really?
I loved Home Improvement. I watched that, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, all that kind of stuff, yeah.
Family Matters is where it was at.
I'm just saying, most of us grew up on Power Rangers, but no, not you.
I was able to do a rare thing for a child back then called multitasking.
It's all about VR troopers, son. We are VR.
I guess I'm the only Full House kid here then.
Tim Allen, yeah, like John was saying, I grew up watching him in stuff like Home Improvement, Toy Story. One of his favourite movies, well, one of my favourite movies that he was in was actually Jungle to Jungle. I don't know if any of you have seen that.
I haven't seen that in about 13 years.
I remember liking it when I did see it, though.
I think the last time I saw Jungle to Jungle was like my last year in middle school. As everyone was watching our video, because it was close to summer vacation. That's when you get away with a lot of crap, like watching movies and stuff like that. And I remember like 8 kids thinking the movie was making a lot of racial slurs, and I just kind of went back ever since.
Wait, is this dude talking on the cell phone while driving?
It's
dangerous.
a car phone.
There's no one on the road.
It's dangerous, man.
Well, it's Chicago during the winter. The roads are icy because they have no road maintenance in that city.
Oh god, I just pictured icy roads with those hills from City Escape, and it just... Oh god.
Well, the city I live in, Nottingham, is actually pretty hilly, and it's a bit of a bitch to walk up hills come Christmas time.
When I was in my first college, that place is nothing but mountains, and me and my friend were kind of stuck in reverse for a good 5 minutes. We were trying to traverse up this certain hill, and
Buy our material goods. That is truly what the season is about.
It's the season of giving and receiving.
Giving to major corporations, mate.
Mostly receiving. Mostly receiving.
hopefully receiving.
Capitalism, ho!
Damn right.
And like every movie between 1988 and 1996 that takes place during the winter, this is in Chicago, I believe. Well, it takes place in Chicago.
Was, what?
Home Alone.
Home Alone?
Home Alone was in Chicago, yeah.
Huh.
Which city did Jingle All the Way take place in?
Arnold Schwarzeneggerville.
Schwarzenegger Lane.
Yeah. I want to say New York. Or no, I want to say...
I don't remember it being awfully snowy in that, so it might be LA.
Could have been Los Angeles.
No, it was colder than that in the movie.
Yeah.
Welcome to our Christmas commentary, where we discuss the geographic locations of certain Christmas movies.
I can just tell by looking at one smile from that guy that he's an asshole. Just one look at his face.
Well, are they divorced at this point, or,
I don't... Yeah, I want to say divorced or separated. I was never actually sure.
But their marriage is not...
It's over.
Yeah, that's why one of the future sequels is about finding a new wife.
Wasn't that also one of the subplots of Jingle All the Way? What the fuck's going on here?
It's like they're the same movie.
This came first.
Yeah, I think Arnold Schwarzenegger based his performance on Tim Allen, eh? The chances are, it's just after Christmas dinner, you're sitting down to watch this, so I apologise, I just want to put it out there right now.
Hey, HellfireComms is the best Christmas present anyone could ask for.
You lying sack of crap.
But I'm Jewish. I don't get Christmas presents.
Yeah, well, you get Hanukkah presents.
You gotta make it more holiday themed, Tom. You lion sack of Christmas fruitcake, which is equivalent to crap.
I was
Because
gonna
nobody
say.
likes it.
Then why do they keep making it? I never understood that. If everyone hates fruitcake, why do they keep making it for Christmas?
It's to perpetuate the joke, I think, at this point.
Okay, parents, stop arguing. Get a move on because you're making your kid very uncomfortable.
This is just bad parenting 101, honestly.
It's typical movie parenting.
It's a plot point of the movie, anyway.
Yeah. Bad parenting 101, horrible step parenting 101 because he's sitting out there honking on his horn. It's like, God, give them more than 5 minutes. It hasn't even been 5 minutes. I'm watching the timer. We started the movie 5 minutes ago.
The movie doesn't follow us in real time, you know. It's like The Godfather Part 2. Oh, we're actually going back in time.
You know, I'm. It's times like watching stuff like these does make me really,
Feel old.
well, not feel old, but just looking at this sort of situation. My parents were relatively happy all throughout my childhood, so this is something that I'm glad that I never really was able to relate with because it's just like. I don't know. I can imagine for somebody who's been through this situation how difficult it must be.
Especially at Christmas.
I'd go into mine, but this is Christmas time, and I don't want to bring the commentary down.
Okay, so let's talk about actual nostalgic things. I remember when I was young enough to have a bowl cut.
If it isn't a young Low Howard.
Flannel shirt, don't forget that. It's how you know it's a 90s movie.
Yup.
This was also in Home Alone, this music.
There's a lot of reused Christmas themes.
What's with the little thingies on the legs of the turkey? I never got those.
So your fingers don't get greasy.
Yeah. Look at that thick TV and VCR combo.
I think it's a stereo system with no stereos.
There's like, wow. Jeez, now I really feel old. I thought that was a brilliant gag.
Tim, you aimed the fire extinguisher down.
I don't think so, Tim. I was just waiting to bust that out.
I got home improvement flashbacks from that too. It's just like clockwork here, ladies and gentlemen.
That turkey does not look nearly burnt enough to have been spontaneously combusted.
Yeah, it looks fine to me.
It looks perfectly edible to me.
Except for, the garnish on top now.
Yeah.
What's that? Restaurants are closed on Christmas. You don't say, Tim.
Get some Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you do. That's everyone does. You get Chinese.
Don't worry, if we keep driving, we'll find the one place open for chumps like us.
You go to a Chinese restaurant and it's full of Jewish people.
Is that an actual thing, or is that just a stereotype?
I'm not. Well, I think it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, but I've seen it.
Because it's the only thing that's open on Christmas. Maybe the occasional pizza place, but that's about it.
Well, I have a friend of mine who's Jewish, and he buys Chinese food on Christmas just as part of the joke. It's just like, yeah, I know it's a stereotype, but I'm doing it because of
Oh, look at Denny's.
product placement.
Well, these days you can at least count on Wawa's Deli. So there's that.
Damn right. Damn right.
I would hate to be the person who got stuck with the Christmas shift at Wawa.
You make double the pay though. Well, not double, time and a half.
Oh, because
Yeah, being
It's a
Jewish.
holiday.
Yeah, being Jewish, it never bothered me. So there was always pretty empty, and made more money.
Though I like to. Well, in my particular, when I used to work at a mini market, I used to love how crowded it got because you were busy all day. And then at the end of the day, you realize, well, my paycheck's going to be huge.
God, there's so much flannel in this movie, I can't take it.
What about that sweater? What's your opinion on that guy's sweater?
Cosby sweaters.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily Cosby. It's about a level below Cosby.
Do any of you guys have this experience going to a restaurant on Christmas Eve or Day, or do you? I forget. Do you have Boxing Day over there?
I know of Boxing Day, but I don't think we say.
Well, I do, considering I don't celebrate Christmas, but
It's the day after Christmas, the 26th.
Oh, so that there's no actual boxing.
Tim Allen just checked out that waitress's ass in front of his kid. Jesus Christ, dude. He's like 7.
I love how that played out perfectly with the faces.
There's some things you don't do in front of your 7-year-old son, man.
His son has clearly given up on life. He doesn't care.
You have to appreciate movies that actually, put deliberately awkward situations in just to show how awkward people are.
And, Tim Allen's very good at playing an ass, I'll give him that. I mean, no disrespect to the guy, he does it well.
No, you're absolutely right. And I think it's his history that helps him do that, because I think he was quite the jerk in the 70s during his stand-up routine. He also did drugs.
well, who didn't do drugs in the 70s?
I have a feeling that Tim Allen was genetically engineered to be the perfect on-screen dorky dad, because that seems to be like 70% of all of his movie roles.
Hey, why stop a good thing?
It made him a lot of money.
I don't know, because then he'd be typecast. It'd be like, it's like putting Robert Downey Jr. as an eccentric X in everything that he's in. Or putting Johnny Depp in a stupid hat.
You mean they don't already do that to him?
Well, I'm just saying that you don't need to do everything that gives you lots of money. Sometimes
Well, to be fair,
variety-
Johnny Depp didn't have a silly hat and Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, well, he had equally silly hair.
And silly hands.
This kid is asking all the important questions.
I blame Neil.
Charlie, you go to sleep now or you don't get your presents. That's all you need to know.
I never asked any of these questions when I was a kid. It was just like he has flying reindeer. He can do whatever the fuck he wants, man.
Well, you also didn't have I don't think you had a psychiatrist for a stepfather.
I was told Santa didn't exist in the middle of the mall. It was a very depressing visit to the mall.
It was right in front of Santa too, which made it doubly awkward. Then who's this in front of me, Mum and Dad? Who's this in front of me?
Give his beard a tug when you're on his lap and you'll know.
Dad?
No, Santa, guys, it's just easy. Santa has retractable beards. He can swap them whenever he needs the occasion.
You gotta put a quarter in his natural penny slot.
He comes.
He knows when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake.
I just imagined right now a close-up to the glass of water from Jurassic Park.
You got a velociraptor suddenly at the door.
No, it's Jurassic Park 2, and he just checks out the window for Santa. It's a T-Rex.
Oh, I forgot that was a thing in that movie. Jeez.
Who wears their watch to sleep?
I was just about to ask that.
Tim, put on some pants, man.
Nobody needs to see that.
Nobody goes to sleep in their pants.
He's wearing his watch.
Yeah, but you gotta have standards.
You could at the very least, have the blankets covering up that shit.
Guys, can we just have one Christmas where we don't discuss bedroom etiquette, please? You guys are tearing this family apart.
That'll be your present next year, Tom, I promise.
Thank you. Damn well better be.
Oh, he went outside without putting pants on?
In the winter. Well, he is worried there's a burglar on his roof.
Yeah, gotta make sure I look good.
I'd like to highlight the fact that at the beginning of this Christmas movie, Santa dies.
He wouldn't die from that fall. It's not that tall of a house.
Have you ever fall from that tall of a house?
Between the snow, it wouldn't kill him.
It's only like a 2-story fall. You'd break a couple of bones, but
It also depends on where you land.
Yeah, unless you landed right on your head, you wouldn't die from that.
Well, he landed right on his back. He could have ruptured his spine.
What, was he winding up a punch as he fell?
Why, yeah.
He's seen too much.
Now you must die.
Lewis, I think this eclipses your Santa over y'all, personally. At least he didn't die in front of you.
So I'm going to immediately do it.
Oh, he's not dead, thank God.
Not dead yet.
Can't kill Santa Claus. Not if you believe.
Well, if you kill the patriarch, the holiday will follow.
Now, if I saw what they're seeing right now, I would instantly believe in Santa Claus, because there is no logical way to get that many reindeer on a roof.
I'm just waiting for the pan to finish. Oh, there we go, there's the reindeer.
What the fuck did they put in those eggs?
Wait, Santa Claus in this movie?
Oh wait, he fucking Obi-Wan.
I'd like to think, since he got killed, I think he Wicked Witch of the West.
No, he didn't die, he just stripped off and ran away.
Last time the Santa Claus happened, they picked the worst possible guy to be Santa Claus. Someone who melts when he comes in contact with snow.
How does he get through so many sleigh rides?
This was his first Christmas.
Oh.
He only had one more Christmas left until retirement. Also, Santa has a magic ladder.
Stair beams.
That is delicate.
How old is this kid supposed to be? Like 6?
I no, not 6. I would say 8, 10.
Okay, the animatronics on the reindeer are really creepy.
Well, they're stiff.
This was right. I think this was right between the transition of you still using like puppeteers and stuff like that, and just going full blown CGI.
Well, they're animated like a theme park ride. It's obvious that the only thing animated is the head and the neck.
Yeah, on the other hand, if they had actually used real reindeer, this would have been really awkward to film.
I do not think they are the most friendly of animals.
I never even seen a reindeer.
Well, you kinda killed their father.
And you killed Santa.
I hope not, because that makes this really awkward.
So Tim Allen's already got a murder on his rap sheet, and now he's got Grand Theft Slay.
Can we just refer to him as Tim throughout the rest of the movie?
Yeah, why not?
When it comes to these kinds of roles, no one ever calls them by their actual character names.
Well, his name in the movie is Scott Calvin.
It's Tim Allen. Now, there was some horrible CG.
Yes, it was. And now you know why the reindeer were animatronicked.
I need to stop fucking getting the 3 a.m. shift.
Scott, look under the dashboard. There's a neuralizer in there. If you could quickly, okay. Too late.
No, alright.
Tim, there were like about 30 more houses on that block that you still needed to visit.
All Jewish.
These reindeers made a flight plan.
But Tish.
I can't remember. Do they have a hand wave for how he can do all the houses in one night? Is it like some sort of time slowy thing?
It's Christmas, bitch, I ain't gotta explain shit.
Although the one thing I really do need explained, though. They're outside during a cold winter in Chicago, and we don't see their breath.
Yeah. Actually, I'm actually one of those guys that kind of look for that sort of thing too.
They've both drank so much that their breath is affected. Yes, no?
They're breathing. They're breathing 32 degrees Fahrenheit.
Calvin over here is boxer shorts out there. He just flew through the sky and all of that, and he's not even shivering.
Hey man, Santa's sleigh is pimped out. It's got like seat warmers, full stereo, spinning rims.
Surround sound heaters.
Not like a grappling hook harness or anything to make sure you don't fall off roofs.
No, that's silly.
Why would we need one of those? I just thought of something that I probably should have thought of 20 years ago. How does Santa land on roofs that are like slanted all over and don't have any flat surfaces to land on?
He only lands in posh suburbanite areas. and then the rich, wealthy upper class perpetuate the rumour that he flies all around the world in one night. That's why poor people never see him.
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chimney.
Alright, who left the drift bloom inside here?
This year is also the year they implemented the automatic present delivery system.
So I do need Santa again?
Just in case one of the kids wakes up.
Occupy Santa. He gets 99% of the cookies of Christmas time.
That jolly bastard.
Only 1% of Santas gets 99% of all the cookies.
Yeah, just get it out there right now that we all do this as kids, leave cookies out for Santa. Or were you one of those health freaks and left them carrot sticks?
I vaguely remember doing that out of, obligation.
I am incredibly out of place in this commentary.
Well, Ryan.
Hang on a tick, there were already presents under that tree.
Now there are more.
Well, that's because, you see, well, the parents don't believe because they're stupid, non-believing parents. So I assume that they left some stuff and then Santa leaves more stuff.
Okay. I am placated for now.
Well, that wasn't even CG. That was like Microsoft Paint stretch in.
Stretch and pull.
Yep.
Dude, all the colour in this movie, it's getting me really nostalgic.
Eh.
Ryan, you heartless bastard.
Are you guys all disciples of Neil?
Around here, they start putting up, Christmas decorations in October, so it sort of loses its punch by Christmas.
In October, I have no idea what you're talking about. We're certainly not recording this before Christmas or anything.
Welcome to America, where Christmas starts in July.
Yeah.
It's just, for me, I get a little bit cynical when Christmas stuff starts happening, before Thanksgiving.
You cynical? Ted, you joshing.
Retail!
I mean, I can get into the whole Christmas thing, but that's only if it's, during, December 13th or so. That's when I start.
After Thanksgiving. This thing keeps trying to drag me to the underworld.
I like how it's able to lift Tim Allen even though his arm isn't above his head, so there's no weight counterbalancing.
Christmas magic, Ryan. Christmas magic.
Like Peter Pan pixie dust logic. You just have to believe, or no, that's not even a requirement anymore. You don't have to believe. It just happens.
Is Santa Claus like Tinkerbell? If you stop believing in him, he slowly fades out of existence?
No, I wouldn't say slowly fades out. He explodes in a blaze of glory.
There's just a mess of presents and hot cocoa
He
everywhere.
explodes in candy canes and Jolly Ranchers.
Hey kid, how you doing? I'm Santa Claus. Go back to bed.
Trust me.
Weren't you on Tool Time?
Sorry, that was a slow burner.
I like to think that Tim's character from Home Improvement is actually in the Witness Protection Program.
After that Santa Claus incident.
You mean like Walter White and Malcolm's dad?
Yeah.
I never actually did that, the whole sleeping by the Christmas tree thing. I always had to sleep in my room.
No, my parents were very strict about, sleeping in my room. Even though I knew what they were doing. They couldn't fool the 8-year-old.
Because as we know, an entire city just shuts down when it's nighttime. It's not like people are up at night.
Christmas. Well, at least businesses are closed.
Yeah, for the most part, anyway.
A fucking kayak? Are you kidding me?
Well, I'd want one of those for Christmas.
But when it's cold and the lakes are frozen over.
Hey, they could be planning a vacation to Florida or something. Who knows?
Wah, 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 wah,
Whoa,
wah.
whoa, what? This movie is actually funnier than I remember. I don't think I've ever seen this all the way through.
Really?
Yeah.
This is the part where I realize all my apathy was directed toward the sequels. Oh, we've flown into the Nightmare Before Christmas. This is the part where the sleigh gets shot out of the sky, right?
Yeah, it's like, here comes the military.
This music is just screaming whimsy at me. Whimsy.
Well, it took all night, but we managed to do 5 neighborhoods. How many more to go?
7,354. And then we're finally done with New York.
I thought we were in Chicago. Oh, Tim.
But as for you poor people, you can go fuck yourselves.
Now, Charles Dickens is in charge of the poor people's Christmas.
When I said back to the house, I meant back to my house, not your house. Mine.
What, the moon?
Isn't the North Pole mostly water?
I never been.
Don't ruin my Christmas whimsy.
This is where Castaway starts, isn't it?
But that's Tom Hanks.
Ah, who cares?
Tim's taking this very well.
Okay, there's someone in the car who shouldn't be there. That means Santa Claus is dead. We need to start our funeral now.
Are you impressed? Look, he's got his arms crossed and everything. He's a smug little prick.
This glowy orb at the top of our pole used to belong to David Bowie.
It's like the Avatar cycle. David Bowie was the first Santa.
The first thing I thought when I saw that just now was excellent. I could use a haircut.
Come into our Christmas lair.
So wait, is he Santa Claus or Batman?
No, it's Superman. This is the Fortress of Solitude. Get your superheroes right.
Well, you need Batman's money and planning skills in order to get this operation to feasibly work.
I think Batman draws the line at magic.
Hey, he knows this stuff exists. He'd take advantage of it if he could.
Hey, he works with Green Lantern, alright? He ain't no hypocrite.
Yay! Santa's back.
Technically, Green Lantern's technology.
I can see where they glued on the ears.
It's a long way to go until we reach Lord of the Rings, I tell you.
This movie must have been actually not that expensive to make when you have a lot of child extras just doing all the work for you. Just have them look up and look awkward.
I think I may have watched this, actually, because I remember the head elf.
Bernard.
Yeah.
Okay, son, if you see Orlando Bloom, make sure to get out of here.
Are the kid actors unionized?
There was one grown-up in the place. You killed him.
He knows how you saw that smile Bernard was putting on as he saw him descend. Is like, yeah, he finally got rid of that bastard.
Well, technically, he startled Santa and he fell off the roof. That could be construed as manslaughter.
You can get 5 to 10 years at most.
Depends on what lawyer he got.
Now, who's playing Bernard here? I swear I've seen him in something else. What?
Oh, I don't remember. Not off the top of my head, I don't remember. I've seen him from time to time in, I also think he was in Harold and Kumar.
He looks familiar, though, now that I look at him.
You might have seen him in such movies as The Santa Claus.
Ted, IMDb.
Santa Claus 3, Santa Claus harder.
There's like 5 now, isn't there?
Yeah, it's not quite Land Before Time territory yet.
Land Before Time hit double digits.
Land Before Time was the Final Fantasy of animated movies, for fuck's sake.
Sport.
Well, was that a nickname to you, Brian?
Yeah. When I was really when I was really young, but
Add that one to the Brain Scratch TV Turrets page.
Ooh, a snow globe. You know, that thing no kid in his right mind would, appreciate before the age of 12.
obvious blue screen.
This would be so great if this whole entire place wasn't covered in snow. It's like going to the sun and being given a candle.
Yeah, I could see from where I was standing 2 feet away.
What's the point of the ballroom?
To have balls in it.
What do we think of Charlie in terms of child acting?
Charlie's the son, right?
He's a step up for Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, I was gonna say
He's not Jake Lloyd, but
I think I actually think he's pretty okay.
Yeah, he's alright.
He's there to be there. He's there to be cute. So he succeeds.
I think it helps that he's, for better or worse, mentally matured. You know, he's not acting his age, and that's kind of the whole point, really.
Wow, this movie has some surprisingly good set design.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm actually starting to come around to your way of thinking, Johnny. I'm getting very Christmassy right now.
what you don't know is this is actually just Mall of America.
Damn it.
Home Improvement reference.
It really doesn't matter what time of the year I see sets in. I always get nostalgic or get the feeling for Christmas.
You watch this during not Christmas?
No. I'm just saying, well, there was a time where I did.
Why?
I think I watched Muppets Christmas Carol in April.
Well, that's just because Muppets. You can watch Muppets whenever.
There's some movies that, there's some Christmas movies that you watch around the time of the year because it's that time of the year, but then there's some you watch over and over again because they're just good.
Yeah, a good movie is a good movie regardless of what time you watch it at.
Now, there are certain things that I will only watch, especially Christmas stuff. I will really only watch it during Christmas.
Like nothing, it may not be Christmas, but I'll still watch Batman Returns, Die Hard.
Well, those aren't really Christmas movies. Those
Don't say that, Ted.
Die Hard is the best Christmas movie ever made.
They're movies set in Christmas.
That makes them Christmas movies.
Not necessarily.
I know a lot of people who would disagree with you.
Die Hard is the best Christmas movie ever made.
Look, okay, just resign yourself to the fact that someone has sold your soul to Satan and buck up.
Well,
I think you got your letters rearranged there, Lewis. You mean Santa.
Yep, Satan is an anagram of Santa.
Well, the existence of Santa Claus just asks so many questions about the nature of God and shit, because it's just like, is Jesus a thing? Or is there the devil? Or is there just Santa and only Santa?
Well, the legend of Santa tempts the young and influences them through the power of capitalism. Santa is often seen garbed in red, although he was originally in green, so make of that what you will. Also, he has pointed ears.
And Nordic.
Well, yeah, basically, the dude's one big pagan thing that was just somehow osmosis into Christianity for some reason.
Yeah, wasn't it Santa Claus?
I'm halfway convinced that they keep that really young, disappointed-looking elf around just to guilt-trip the new Santa Clauses.
It's not a bad gig, you know. You work 1 day a year, free room and board, sweet uniform.
Yeah, all the toys you want.
Nobody judges you for how fat you get. It's perfect.
Yeah, there's no racial profiling in this place.
As long as you're white.
Some good camera work in this movie. Fuck, I came into this hoping to be so cynical. I'm being won over right now.
Now you understand my comments at the beginning of the film.
Muppets! Muppet. Wait, no, come back. Oh.
It's not quite the two old guys.
No, it was the what's the thing from Dexter's not Dexter's Lab.
TV Puppet Pals.
TV Puppet Pals. Yeah, that's what they were.
TV Puppet Pals. TV Puppet Pals.
It's like the doors of Disney Castle.
It's exactly what they are.
Except nowhere near as fruity.
I know there was always one question I asked myself when watching this film. Where are the video games? But teddy bears and dolls here.
Oh no, they order those off Amazon. They don't have the licensing to manufacture those on their own.
Did Amazon even exist at the time of this movie?
Hiroshi Yamu, she has a firm iron grip on the Nintendo marketing.
Tom, where do you think Amazon station?
Good point.
Santa does have a deal with Nintendo though, where they can get warehouse prices.
And if you look at Amazon, A to Z, the Arctic to Z being the destination, I guess.
How convenient that his initials also happen to be Santa Claus.
Oh my god!
It's like it's destiny.
Those are some very shiny pajamas.
They're silk, mate. Only the best for Santa.
I need an extremely high thread count on these things.
One thread for every day of the year.
That makes me feel uncomfortable.
Welcome to most anime.
Wait, how old's this kid? How old's this kid supposed to be?
The kid or the elf?
The elf.
The elf, I think, is over like 1,000 years old.
Or like the what do you call those kids at? Oh, I had it right.
I thought you were going to say coked up for a second, though. It's a white wonderland. And then I became him, so what the fuck?
That is clearly a matte painting.
This would have been wonderful if they had had a big enough budget to actually show that polar bear rather than say it was there and just.
Yeah, considering what we just seen earlier with the CGI reindeer, I'd rather not.
How big was the budget to this movie?
Relatively decent for a Disney film, I believe.
Well, all it takes is a quick trip to Wikipedia to find out the answer.
Well, it's a Disney film, and it doesn't look cheap, so...
Budget $22 million. That's not actually all that much.
Early 90s, though. This movie came out...
For a 90s kids comedy, yeah. It is.
This movie came out in 94, I want to say. 95. Yeah. So it might have been in development for 2 years prior. And back then, $22 million, it's a decent chunk. It's no Terminator 2, obviously. But,
Well, I bet you a good quarter of that just went to Tim Allen's paycheck.
Tim Allen wipes his ass with $22 million.
Teleportation, yeah.
Scooby-Doo.
Santa Claus.
Now, if you ever wanted a way to convince your new Santa Claus that he dreamed the whole thing, this would be it. You delivered presents to our house while we were asleep, didn't you? Oh, you tool.
Okay, so now I'm starting to think that Tim Allen doesn't actually exist. There's just a gigantic lump on this bed.
This is me every morning.
Here's Tim standing.
It's not me every morning, because my bed's not nearly made that well.
It was all a dream, thank God. Wait, didn't I go to sleep in boxer shorts?
This is an improvement.
Oh, is this ever an improvement?
Yep, still winter out.
Yep, definitely still America.
And this is the part where he realizes, good God, I'm in clothes.
Oh my God, I'm fabulous.
I must tell the world.
World, I'm fabulous!
Oh God, cold. Cold. Walking in snow in my bare feet. Ah.
I've done that before. It's not fun.
I actually think it's quite therapeutic.
No, your feet become red and you can't feel anything after like 20 seconds. And that's just me running outside to take out the trash.
Nintendo 64 wasn't out this time, so I can't make that joke.
Sorry, Tom.
Look at that old-ass PC in the background.
Does it play Doom?
Minesweeper.
I'd make the Crisis joke, but Crisis wasn't even conceptualized at this point in time.
I think Crytek even existed at that point.
Crisis was just a little video game sperm.
A glint in its daddy's eye.
Your dad's not walking around the house in his boxers again. Oh, he's bought pajamas. I've been bugging him to do that for years.
I made to be passive-aggressive and buggy until you gave me money. I actually like this kid. He's a pretty good actor.
Okay, what kid on Christmas morning puts on not only a full change of clothes, but boots?
Yeah, dude, I'd be in those presents ripping that shit up.
I'm lucky if I'm wearing pants Christmas
You
morning.
must have had a really vivid dream last night.
Well, I'm just having a shared psychosis with my son, no big deal.
Where did I leave my weed?
Charlie, you know.
What the hell is that thing?
It's a skateboard scooter.
Sickle.
Skateboard scooter sickle, buy it now. $99.99.
Oh, well, never mind. I'm not interested anymore.
Well, better than those moon shoes that never worked.
I like the moon shoes.
They never fucking worked.
I don't know they didn't work, but they looked goofy as hell. You wear those with sock and boppers? You got a hilarious Saturday night.
They had to decommission them when one kid actually jumped through the stratosphere.
A success, the scientist would say.
Luckily, he did not break, the ozone layer, and, it was a happy ending, but still.
Yeah, he landed on his feet, too. Surprisingly, the second bounce wasn't as high as the first.
Good to know.
Who the fuck would be walking this early on Christmas morning?
Hey man, people got a place to go.
Maybe take it to the mini market next time.
This is an accurate representation of career day.
Oh my god, it's the teacher from Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Holy crap, you're right.
Congratulations, you just guaranteed that no one in this class will ever become a fireman.
All you have to do is show them some footage of Mighty Switch Force 2 and maybe some of them will turn around.
Dude, I haven't tried that yet, I still want to check it out. Could he be any more sinister? What's that, Charlie? You want me to destroy the world? Well, if you insist.
And remember, Santa Claus doesn't exist.
So what was Tim Allen's job before he became Santa Claus?
I told you earlier, he was Tim the Toolman Taylor.
That's the answer we all want to hear. But he's a businessman. I actually think
He works for a toy company, I think.
yeah, he works for a toy company. So you see, it's destiny.
On Christmas Eve, my dad murdered a burglar that was dressed up as Santa Claus on our roof.
No, I use slave labor.
It's not slave labor. He pays them in cheeriness and happiness. Also, the work benefits are great. You'll be guaranteed to have your job till the end of time.
Because you'll never leave, and since you're an elf, you're eternal, you'll never die. Wither, maybe, but not die.
Exactly. That's like the most job security you'll ever have for any employment.
If you're lucky, you'll grow weary and be able to sail into the worst.
Now that is a Cosby sweater.
That is like, yeah, that's like Cosby. It's too Cosby for Cosby.
No, there's no sweater too Cosby for Cosby.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, the hit Neil's sweaters is a joke in this movie.
They're supposed to be awful.
I thought it was wallpaper for a second.
He always wanted to cosplay as a wall.
Did cosplay even exist back then?
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
It started in the '60s with Trek conventions.
Like I don't remember seeing a whole lot of it until the internet started being a big thing, so people could like share pictures of it.
Is this for the time? Was this a relatively fresh take on like a psychological look at the belief of Santa Claus?
Do you have any examples?
Off the top of my head, no. So I'm going to say yes.
Well, they're like, you gotta tell him that Santa's not real, and the kid's like 8, you know? If he was like 12...
Well, I mean, that's just something. But that's in my belief, you don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You let the kid find out eventually. Or I know, but it's perfectly sound that a 30-year-old man will still believe in Santa Claus. But you don't tell a kid he doesn't exist.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of, like, in comparison, like a more casual take on Santa Claus, was a short cartoon by Raymond Briggs, just called, I believe, either Santa Claus or Father Christmas. It was a UK thing.
What about a Miracle on 34th Street?
Yep, there's that. Damn good movie.
I haven't seen that, actually.
My mum swears by the old version, but the new one with Richard Attenborough is pretty good.
And even then, I haven't seen either in years. So.
Obvious blue screen was obvious.
Alright, who let the chipmunks in here?
So is this supposed to be like February by this point?
What we're watching now for pretty much until near the end of the film is the 11 months before Thanksgiving. So
Time lapse.
yeah.
This is probably one of those obnoxious families that doesn't take their lights down till like March.
My kid's a psycho.
To be fair, though, from a mother's standpoint, that has to be terrifying.
I'm disappointed he doesn't have any Christmas ornaments on his car. I mean, if you're gonna play the part, then play the part.
Okay, this is one thing that I am going to complain about. Why does the wife, I don't remember her name, but why does Tim Allen have to solve this problem? You're the one with the therapist boyfriend. Get him to do it.
Wait, repeat that, Ted?
Like the wife is all like, get Tim Allen needs to fix this, and then you're the one with the therapist boyfriend. Get him to do it.
Well, I think it's because Charlie started doing all this strange behavior after that one visit during Christmas night. And since the only person Charlie was around was Tim, then you have a person of interest.
So what does this guy do during the summer months when it's too warm to wear sweaters?
Wear sweaters.
Yeah, he wears similar pattern shirts.
No sweater vest.
He spends all year just collecting new sweaters.
You take off all of his clothes on his body. You see a tattoo of a giant tattoo, full body tattoo of one of these sweater designs.
Sure, why not? With the tag and everything?
It was a bad idea for a movie and it shouldn't have gotten sequels, the end.
You know those eggs we had at Denny's? Well, I think they put something in them.
Yeah, Charlie was close to the fire extinguisher when he unleashed it on that turkey.
There you go, Timmy. Now you're thinking with your head. Teach your kid about secret identities and why they need to stay secret.
You know about Batman, right?
You see, when Spider-Man revealed his secret identity, everybody went and fucked with all of his friends. So, we're just going to hide and let the Daily Bugle make fun of us for the rest of time.
And then we'll make a deal with Mephisto to make everything back status quo.
If we reveal that he's Tim the Toolman Taylor, Jonathan Taylor Thomas will never get a moment of peace again in his life.
John Stamos might win this round, but in the end, Tim the Toolman Taylor will always live on in our hearts, okay?
Hey, it does to me, man. I hate Full House.
I don't like Full House.
No one actually likes Full House.
We've had 2 fart jokes. That's a record for a Disney film.
Oh, please, Game Grumps belts that out in a single episode.
So I gotta wonder what the filming process was. Well, not the filming, but like the preparation process for Tim Allen.
Fat
for
suit.
This. Fat suit, but he had to gain some weight because you can see his face actually does
No,
look.
that's all makeup.
Yeah, there's a thing called prosthetics. You are officially jolly.
I don't want to be jolly. I don't want to be jolly.
Dude, I just saw you yesterday. You were thin as a stick. What happened?
Even my silk pajamas.
They were my favorite pajamas.
I really didn't want to let those go.
They were my only pajamas.
So I refashioned them into shower curtains.
Tim, you're aware you're really, really, really fat, right?
It's bee sting.
You know what? Here's the menu. Bring everything.
I tip well.
I am Santa Claus, after all. Your kids will never go without toys. Wait. Are you poor? Okay, cool. Just checking.
And suddenly Jeopardy!
Merv Griffin made $10,000 off of this.
I think his waistline's in jeopardy.
Oh,
Thank you. I'm here a week.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, everyone.
you filthy animal.
And a Happy New Year.
I haven't even started watching Christmas specials yet, apart from Muppets Christmas Carol, which I listened to while editing this Disneython shit.
When you've watched a movie enough times that you can remember what's going on screen just by listening to it.
I got dragged into my family TV room and forced to watch Elf, but that's the only Christmas stuff I've watched at this point.
Elf is alright.
It's alright, but I only watch it when I'm feeling Christmassy, and humbug is all I have to say.
And Will Ferrelly.
Well, speaking of lines you remember just from listening to this, is actually one of my favorite moments of the movie. If only because of Santa inside a total tank.
I think Santa would be on board for this sort of thing, you know?
But wasn't there I can't remember if it was a parody or there was actually a movie called Santa Slays.
It's a cheapo horror movie, yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Panzer Claus.
This is totally something evil robot Santa would do in Futurama.
Wait, how does it work in Invader Zim with Santa Claus? It's like Zim turns into he doesn't.
No, he builds a suit to disguise himself as Santa, but the suit has artificial intelligence and starts taking over his mind. And Dr. Membrane is on a warpath to destroy Santa because he gave him socks one year.
I can't help thinking that this might be the same boardroom from which Shadow the Hedgehog and the rebooted Bomberman came from.
I just can't imagine Azuka in a fat suit, though.
No, it was Yuji Naka in a fat suit.
So wait, he's been on a weight loss sabbatical this entire time?
Maybe. Sure, let's go with that.
Been too busy losing weight to make new games.
All the funds for food and whatnot for the company went towards 06, and when that tanked, they couldn't afford any more food, so...
Hunger strike.
It's not a strike if you're not doing it by choice.
Okay, this is not something I needed to have a mental image of. Tim Allen's fat, jiggling belly.
Don't worry, Ted is not real.
It looks real enough for me, unfortunately.
If I don't believe in it, it's not real.
The fact that it's probably not, firmly attached is probably only making it jiggle more.
Can we please stop saying the word jiggle? I don't want to have nightmares tonight. According to this, you're dead. I guess not enough kids are believing in you.
I recall in televised versions of the Santa Claus usually skip the Jingle Bell heart piece going here. I don't know why though.
Is Jingle Bells copyright?
I guess it depends on what version.
So what do they do instead? Do they just skip this entire scene?
Yeah, they just cut it out completely.
No, they just overlay it with some Slayer or something.
God help him if he's gone through if he's having Fire in the Flames.
Which will lead into a Heartburn commercial.
Yeah.
What, the EKG is just the Guitar Hero notes going across it?
Yeah, sure, why not?
I'm sorry to tell you this, Tim, but your heart's reading red, blue, orange, green.
If that is a fat suit and Tim Allen didn't actually gain 50 pounds for this role, I do have to say that's a pretty well done fat suit.
Yeah, there's some well sculpted nipples.
It's like Tim ate Al.
So I just gotta wonder what Santa's what his body's like if his heart beats Santa beats Jingle Bells. Sorry.
Creeper vibes. Creeper vibes.
What? Tim Allen or the little girl?
Well, these days it would be Tim Allen regardless.
The little girl's the one creeping closer, though.
Yes, but in today's society, only the old guy can be the creeper.
Here's a bit of film trivia for you. After the filming of this, Tim Allen actually got a, what's that fucking thing called? My joke's ruined now. Oh god, no. Abort!
Is it his bright red sweater, Tom?
Christmas is ruined!
See, what he's actually trying to say is, no, I'm not Santa Claus. Don't line up like that. People are going to look at me strange. And then people start looking at him strange right away.
And then I'll get arrested.
But Santa, my mum and dad have been fighting a lot lately.
Those are some grade A mom jeans. Those are like the definition of mom jeans.
She's more Jean than Mom.
Are we talking about pants or genetics here?
The pants. Although I assume she has to have decent enough mom genes if she actually did bear children, so...
Leave the wordplay to me, thanks.
Oh, well, I guess today's a bad day to announce that little Timmy is adopted. That is a bit of an overreaction, the whole dangerous thing.
Stranger danger.
Well, I guess that they might think he's deluded, but it's not inherently dangerous for him to grow a beard and gain weight.
I think she's just talking about believing in Santa in general.
Or it's probably thinking that he had all those kids line up just to play off more with the whole Santa thing. Which, in today's... We're poking fun of it earlier, but a scene like that today wouldn't fly.
Too bad you can't shave off the pants.
Well, you could, but it would be really, really painful.
Not to mention a lot more of a mess. This is when he gets the list, right?
Yeah.
Haven't you people heard of digital storage?
This was, 94, 95?
Yeah, a megabyte of space would take up about this much room anyway.
Well, it's only text.
I do like how the very first name on the list is Armand Asante, which I may remind audience was the bad guy in Judge Dredd.
Yeah, I think that one's gonna be marked off as naughty. Whoops.
Look at all those Federal Express trucks that are so out of date now.
Yeah, they actually say Federal Express on them.
Us Americans and our shortening of things.
How many people actually remember that FedEx stands for Federal Express?
I didn't before this commentary.
Yeah, I like to have a little faith in humanity.
What, they can remember things like that, but they can't solve the question of poverty or something?
Yeah.
I know we could. There are just people in power choose not to.
Yeah, we can. We just don't want to.
I mean, the Grinch solved world hunger, but he decided not to tell anyone.
I like how the new Santa Claus here just doesn't even... He notices the pounds, he notices the beard, he doesn't even notice that he's wearing Christmas colors now.
It just feels right.
I don't agree with the red chucks, though.
Maybe people would stop mistaking you for Santa if you wore, like, orange and black or something.
That's a pretty good CGI effect, I'm not gonna lie.
It not only grows back, it grows back fully groomed and cleaned.
This is actually around the time where morphing effects were pretty popular. I think with the likes of Michael Jackson's Black and White music video, which had like a whole minute dedicated to that stuff for some reason.
Don't forget Space Jam with Michael Jordan's stretchy arms.
This was before Space Jam.
I don't want to remember a time before Space Jam, John. Space Jam only improved the world that we live in.
Is that what they're saying now?
Now, Space Jam has always been a cultural treasure, John. Get your act together.
It's still better than every Shaquille O'Neal movie.
So wait, they're taking a kid to a therapist because he still believes in Santa Claus.
Welcome to the world in which we live in.
Well, I think the therapist is more because he thinks his dad is Santa Claus, but
Okay, true.
We can't send Scott to the nut house, so we'll do the next best thing. His son. Maybe he'll follow suit.
We'll crush his hopes and dreams.
you see, this therapy visit was actually the follow-up scene to that I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus song that you always hear on the radio.
An affair! Shocking.
Yeah, the sequel revenge track, I Saw Mommy Suing Santa Claus.
Or my dad killed Santa in a fit of rage seeing his wife have an affair.
No, the Santa Claus is the dad. That's why they're kissing. Gosh. Guys.
Well, Ted, that just ruins the joke.
I'm sorry, but logic often gets in the way of jokes. It's a sad fact of life.
That it does, that it does.
Tell that to George Lopez.
Logic never gets in the way of any of your puns.
Yeah. Shut up. It's Christmas, goddammit, where's your spirit?
I'm Jewish.
There's some non-Christmassy... Oh, wait, no, he's wearing a red
Oh,
undershirt.
you're getting better. You got black, but you still got the jolly red shirt.
And tie.
And the tie.
Well, this is professional Santa mode.
Nice.
Executive of the board, Santa.
That tie is patterned like Orlando's fedora. Ew.
I think there's little snowmen on his shirt too. So this is lawyer Santa mode. All right, profits have been down this month. Cookie and milk are at 60%. We're gonna have to make cuts to the Etch-a-Sketch division.
Alright, put out the word. We're moving Christmas sales to October this year. Chop chop. Move it.
I'm sure Jack Skellington won't mind.
Yeah, we're actually gonna have to go half off this Christmas. It's just called Mass now.
The Christ part comes later.
Jesus is suing for intellectual property rights. So
Jesus is claiming all the YouTube videos that have Christmas in them. God, I'm hungry.
Maybe I could eat the dad.
Yeah, that's actually why he's sighing. It's not because of Charlie. It's because he hasn't had a decent meal in years.
It's hard to sound threatening when you're wearing mitts and a hat with a bobble on it. Oh wait, no, there's no bobble. It's just a bulky winter hat. Okay.
He was actually ready to throw down with Neil. They make for good boxing gloves.
They don't look like they'd make for good boxing gloves.
Well, some padding's better than no padding.
Yes, exactly.
They're lined with coal, is the thing you don't know.
And the dad's so hard-headed he comes out with diamonds afterwards.
Ah, the magic snow globe.
I gotta wonder how many takes they had where Tim Allen missed and the snow globe broke.
Why did you throw this to me, Charlie? It means absolutely nothing.
To ruin the humor of that image, there was probably like a cushion below him or something.
Oh, I just imagine like a stack of snow globes behind the director's chair.
Or even funnier, actually the whole floor is cushioned, the house is CGI.
Well, they really don't want to take any risk.
Hey, snow globes are expensive, man. They're like $30. Do you have $30 to pay to the Santa Claus Snow Globe Fund? I don't.
No, YouTube took it all.
I saw one for a department store for like $75. No way.
Was it made out of solid platinum?
I don't know.
And each snowflake was like shaved diamond, figure that out.
Diamonds really aren't that expensive. They're just hunks of carbon in the ground.
Yeah, they were like, I think, aren't they like one of the most common jewels? And
Yeah,
like,
and basically the industry colludes.
Well, to be fair, one day we'll all be hunks of carbon in the ground, unless you know.
Well, no, there's a lot of
burned.
hydrogen in us. There's some nitrogen.
So let's just spare ourselves the technical details and say we'll all be dead people in a box.
Unless you get cremated.
Or a jar, if you get cremated, yeah.
Or a snow globe, actually.
but I don't want to be taken home in a box.
What about a Viking burial?
Well, the only way you can prolong your life is by kidnapping your son.
She's not pressing X to Charlie. She's doing it wrong.
Gentlemen, the rules of engagement have changed. Our enemy is Saint Nick.
They didn't even have to make a face sketch there. They just downloaded a picture of Santa off the internet, photoshopped off the hat, and left it there.
Now, what do you want to bet that they search all the Denny's first?
Well, they're cops, so they would pick the Denny's and then the Dunkin' Donuts.
Sir, we've checked every Krispy Kreme in the tri-state area. Still haven't found him. Keep looking. If you want to see your son again, bring 5,000 Oreo cookies to the North Pole. Double stuffed.
Tim, is that you? No.
Keep him talking, keep him talking.
We've always got a trace on his location. The North Pole. This is clearly a prank call. And flame retardant, darling. That's a new feature.
Thanks, Edna.
Are we expecting to need a fully flame retardant outfit?
Hey, man, too many places are hot.
Yeah, the police aren't messing around anymore. I don't think you realise how hardcore things are about to become.
As I said, the rules of engagement have changed. If they've added this corner, weighing 5,376 pounds.
Tim Allen.
That's not what the cue card says.
I'd like to point out that Tim Allen's beard has grown 4 times in length in the last 10 minutes.
This is ridiculous, but I'm loving every second of it.
Gotta love it when movie characters just spontaneously break out into song and dance for no reason at all.
Police brutality! Police brutality!
Whip out the flamethrowers.
Ho ho holy shit!
Couldn't that be racial profiling? Arresting anybody just because they're just look like Santa Claus?
Santa Claus isn't a species, you... Well, as far as we know, anyway. He could be Martian. He could be a Time Lord.
Oh,
Who
what?
knows?
Space? Oh, Santa Claus beats up the Martians.
Yeah, Santa Claus defeated the Martians.
He taught them the meaning of love and friendship. In the spirit of Christmas.
Did he do it with a sonic screwdriver?
You guys haven't seen Santa Claus versus the Martians?
I have.
No.
I heard of it. I've seen plenty of reviews of it. I don't want to watch it.
Dudes. It's like the greatest thing that has ever existed. And by that I mean it's the most awful thing that has ever existed, which automatically makes it the greatest thing that ever existed.
Why is the moon always 12 times as big in movie skies as it is in the real world?
Did you notice there was a hidden Mickey on there?
There was? I never noticed that.
Yep.
You turned in the wrong direction, dumb fuck.
I want to say number 3, but that might be insensitive.
Is that kid not wearing a seatbelt?
His dad's Santa Claus. He ain't got to answer to nobody.
Nobody got time for that shit.
Just make sure you put the mic on Do Not Disturb, or you might get unwanted calls from tools who can't take the hint.
What are you trying to say, John?
Nothing. I'm just speaking for Tim.
John, I only tried to call you 6,000 times. I mean, let it go. Gosh.
It is Christmas. Shh, I'm not stalking.
You left the door unlocked again this year.
Oh, sorry. I'll remember next time.
There won't be a next time.
Santa Slays 2014.
Okay, little girl, cookies and milk are nice, but what you really want to leave out for Santa next year is fish fingers and custard.
What about brandy and cigarettes?
That is a huge fireplace, by the way. Does anyone actually have a fireplace that big?
I want to move into that fireplace. Like, start paying rent and shit.
That fireplace is literally big enough to be my bedroom.
Do they ever cover the, whole entire world in one night thing?
No.
No? He just does?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I bet you one of the sequels covers it up, but...
What, the whole Time Lord thing?
Yeah.
Jesus. Take him down! Ah! And then just like fade to black, cut to credits.
So Santa Claus 2 and 3 are just Doombots of Tim Allen.
No, there is! No, if I remember Santa Claus 2 correctly...
Oh yeah, wait, there is a Doombot in Santa
there's
Claus
a Doombot in Santa Claus 2.
I completely forgot about that.
I'm sorry, Chief, it seems Santa slayed his son.
For whom the jingle bell tolls, it tolls for thee.
Another breaking and entering charge. You know I get these at least 3 times a year.
That line right there from that little girl is a reference to Miracle on 34th Street. Thank you, IMDb.
Okay, I'm probably gonna need to, turn in my Christmas card or something, but...
I never seen it either.
Yeah. I've never seen either version, the new one or the old one.
That's the movie where Santa gets, taken to court and stuff.
Yeah, we talked about this not 20 minutes ago, I think. Oh god, another one's dead? No, this one's just in prison.
Oh, that's much easier to fix.
It can all be solved with a simple montage sequence.
Those stupid beginners. They always get arrested.
Deploy the special forces.
We have to secure the package.
Let's just all appreciate the 90s. We're watching another movie about little kids in jumpsuits with jetpacks and spy gear. These were like a dime a dozen back then.
Oh yeah.
Agent Cody Banks.
Was that 90s? Well, I know Spy Kids was I'm pretty sure. No, I know Spy Kids was there at least late '90s.
Oh, yes, Spy Kids. I remember that movie.
You may also call me Sinterklaas.
Wouldn't Santa have diplomatic immunity? I mean, think about it. He is the sovereign ruler of the North Pole. You know?
The North Pole isn't a nation.
I was gonna say, yeah.
That's only because you don't believe.
There's no landmass to rule over. It's ice.
Well, the better question is, can you have diplomatic immunity if you don't exist?
I don't know. Can we sue all those people false flagging all the YouTube videos?
They don't exist either, apparently.
You know, I think if they wanted to free Santa, all they would have to do is just fly past the police with their pointy ears and stuff.
And then kidnap him back into disbelief.
No, people will come up with a convoluted explanation for that already that matches their beliefs instead of changing their beliefs because it's easier.
Welcome to American politics.
Exactly.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, that line is sort of obligatory because children are stupid. They'll climb up on the roof and try to fly off, and
Okay, question: is this legal?
It's cool. They've got free elf care.
Knew I should have brought the brandy.
Donuts.
Stupid phantom door. Oh, it's haunting me.
I hate when it does that.
I moved through 5 precincts just to get away from that phantom door, and it still haunts me. We are old ones, actually.
We know, Phil. We know.
And you've been very, very naughty.
Okay, you see, with that, you just gotta follow up with a kid whacking him in the head with a stocking full of coal.
how did he not notice like 6 elves walking around the desk to get behind him?
Ooh, that looks wrong.
Yeah. Okay, just go back to stealth to get rid of this imagery. You should play a game called Merry Gear Solid, which is basically a fan game based on, obviously, Metal Gear Solid, and it's pretty funny, actually.
I do recall that. It was a Flash game, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we can add jailbreak onto Santa's list of felonies.
I don't know, everything sort of negates itself when you got magical tinsel.
I killed 5 guys on the way here just with 1 strip. I didn't need to, but I wanted to, and that's the distinction. That'll save me.
Looks like the prisoners escaped. Barney's in it this time. What's Andy gonna do when he finds out?
I broke Dad out of jail.
You know, calling the cops on me was really rude, Sweater Man.
Very rude. So rude I'm seeing red right now. I mean, I'm dressing it, but I'm literally pissed.
It's been less than 24 hours since the last time we saw these guys, right? He's got a completely different sweater. Does he have a whole rack full of them, or do they just, like, change?
Just trying to outdo Mr. Rogers and Bill Cosby.
In one movie?
Yes.
What a foolish goal.
Well, I never said he succeeded.
What a foolish goal, sorry.
You can't outsweater Mr. Rogers.
That's how God is spread to his wife.
This is the point at which Santa realizes he probably should have told Mommy before taking the kids somewhere. No, I said that just to get your hopes up. Come on, Timmy. What's his name again? Charlie, right.
Hey, I'm Tim Allen. This is my son, Tim Jr. Junior Toolman.
From one tree decorator to another, that tree is overdone.
Girl, it is so tacky.
Well, you gotta put all of the ornaments up there, even if you don't want to. I mean, there can't be any green visible...
That's the equivalent of having an ornament cannon and just pointing at the tree.
There can't be any green visible left when you're done, John. You don't know how to do it right.
What's the point of getting the tree?
So you can have a giant weed living in your living room for about a month, and then you'll have to take care of throwing it away when... I don't know. It's a stupid tradition.
In case the outdoor world loses all oxygen and you need an indoor supply, that's the point of having a tree in your living room.
Feed me baubles, Seymour. Feed me more.
It's okay, son. I got you a better haircut for Christmas this year. I don't know what we were thinking with that monstrosity.
Breathe in the beard. Become the next Claus.
No, that would require killing your own father.
In a battle to the death.
Wait, that would imply the Santa Claus at the start of the film was Tim's dad.
It's a family business, and you just have to kill the father whenever you want to take over.
Nah, I'm just imagining them with, like, candy cane lightsabers, and then the end of Return of the Jedi happening every time.
Ho ho ho, there can only be one! Well, that was a really quick turnaround on her part. I mean, like, he was a good dad for 5 minutes, and then she's like, yeah, shit, you Santa Claus.
He was actually using the hidden Jolly Beam.
Bow down before the power of Santa.
Neo before Kris Kringle.
Right after this, I'm going to go home and watch Kiss Save Santa.
Is that a real thing?
Yes.
Oh my god, I need to see that.
Well, it's real so much as it was a skit on Family Guy, but it's funny as shit.
Oh.
I think his ears actually physically perked up. No, I mean, like, for serious, watch his ears.
Which I didn't immediately burn amongst the kidnapping.
That's right, Santa got all the presents he wanted this Christmas.
Do we just let people keep on breaking into houses or something?
There's actually a really big neon sign.
Open for business.
Free for taking.
That food was not up for grabs. That food belongs to people. That food belongs to people who live in this house. Do you live in this house?
You know how much it takes to have an elf to teleport? Like, seriously?
I mean, Lewis, obviously you leave out milk and cookies for Santa and random tacos for any elves that might be happening to come
It's not a taco, it's a falafel.
A falafel for any elves that might be walking in. I've never had a falafel, sorry.
Neil, be nice to the nice elf.
the falafel was his life source. Without it, he disintegrated.
He just ran out of time.
Without a good supply of tacos and people believing in him, Banana just ceased to exist.
I'm kind of waiting for Batman to show up at this point in time.
What, Batman versus Santa?
Yeah, why not?
At this point, you got to pity law enforcement. Everyone in here is probably under the impression that they're dealing with some crazed, insane killer, like someone of Hotline Miami proportions.
Or at the very least, what was the name of that? The one with the killer. Silent Night, Deadly Night. There you go.
There's a surprising number of Santa-themed horror movies.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all, get fucked. Drop the bomb.
Shoot him down, men!
I knew bringing Rudolph was a good idea.
Here lies poor old Tim. Gaze in wonder at the 90s CGI.
Good thing we didn't have camera phones back then.
Yeah, seriously.
I was just thinking the same thing.
In other news, an outbreak of swamp gas recently passed. Anyone who says that they saw Santa Claus flying through the air is insane. or has brain damage, or both.
Oh God! Oh, never mind.
Oh.
He's dropping bombs! Everyone duck and cover! Oh wait, it's a soccer ball. With a bomb inside! Duck and cover!
And for you, sweater guy, got you a weenie.
Yeah, because you're such a weenie. Here, have a weenie whistle.
You can have so much fun blowing that weenie.
I'm sure you're very good at it.
That whistle has a first name. It's BITCH. Merry Christmas.
to all, a good night. So we're coming to the end of the movie here, so I'm just going to ask you all, each in turn, in 10 words or less, what you think of the Santa Claus, John.
One of my favorite Christmas movies, not gonna lie, and screw what Ryan thinks.
Okay, was that 10 words? Not sure. Ryan, you're up.
I'm Jewish.
That's 2. I think that's a new record. Lewis?
It's a good movie. Better than the sequels, definitely better than the sequels. Is that 10 words? I think that's 10 words. I think I just used up the last of my 10 words.
You know, at this point, I don't really care. 10, what are your thoughts, mate?
Tim Allen's belly really needs to lose a few pounds. Exactly 10! Yeah!
Hells yes, motherfucker.
Oh no, never gonna get that raise.
Okay, as for me, very enjoyable movie. Watch it at Christmas. Tim Allen rocks. Also 10 words.
Woot, Internet 5.
What are we doing haikus now?
Yeah, I was about to say, next year make it so everyone has to do a haiku.
Can anyone here actually do a Santa Claus themed haiku?
Well, if we got a year's worth of time to prep for it, I'm pretty sure it's possible.
Well, we had 9 months to continue Kingdom Hearts 2. I think you're going to be okay.
Santa Tim Allen might seem rather insane, but it is a good film. Yay, I can do haikus.
Well done. Well done. That's pretty good. Driftblim, no!
Well, have you read the Pokédex entry? He does sweep children away in the night.
To the underworld. And guess what? It just learned Phantom Force.
Jesus Christ, Pokemon. Just calm it down already. Where are you going? We never said you could take him now.
Well, then, Mom, you better catch him on the way down. Tosses him out.
Oh, well, that brings us to the end of our little audio commentary on the Santa Claus. If you're watching this on the actual Christmas day, then number 1, why? And number 2, thank you. So from all of us here at Hellfire and Brain Scratch Commentaries, we want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, etc., etc. Thanks for listening again, and have a good one.